Hello and welcome to Annie Short Stories. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Night Watchman of Newtown. Holly Arnold shivered as she pulled her jacket tighter around her, the cold night air carrying a faint, ominous breeze that seemed to whisper secrets from the past. The narrow streets of Newtown, Isle of Wight, were eerily quiet, bathed in the silver light of the full moon. Her flashlight barely pierced the inky darkness that surrounded the crumbling ruins of the old village hall. She had heard the whispered stories of a spectral watchman who prowled the grounds at night, guarding secrets that no living soul dared to uncover. But Holly wasn't one to be deterred by ghost stories. As an investigative journalist, she thrived on uncovering the truth, no matter how grim. The village hall had been abandoned for decades, its charred beams and shattered windows testaments to a fire that had claimed it years ago. Yet, despite its dereliction, locals spoke of strange happenings, shadows that moved without cause, footsteps echoing in empty corridors, and the deep, resonant tolling of a bell that no longer existed. Holly stepped through the creaking doorframe, her footsteps crunching on debris scattered across the floor. The air inside was damp and thick, carrying the faint scent of smoke and decay. Her flashlight beam danced across the walls, revealing faded posters and a shattered chandelier that hung precariously from the ceiling. She froze as a noise echoed through the hollow rhythmic tapping, like boots on stone. Holly's heart quickened, but she forced herself to remain calm. She had prepared for this moment, armed with a voice recorder and a notebook to document her findings. "Who's there?" she called out. The tapping ceased, replaced by an oppressive silence that pressed against her ears. Holly's grip tightened on her flashlight, her breath shallow as she fought the rising tide of fear. Holly's flashlight flickered, plunging her into momentary darkness. When it reignited, she saw him. At the far end of the hall stood a figure shrouded in mist. He wore the uniform of a watchman, a long, dark coat, a tricorn hat, and a lantern that emitted an otherworldly blue glow. "State your business," the watchman's voice boomed. His eyes, glowing like embers, locked onto Holly. Holly steadied herself. "I'm here to uncover the truth about what happened here." The watchman's expression darkened. "Some truths are better left buried. But if you insist on digging." Before Holly could respond, the watchman vanished, leaving only the faint scent of ozone in his wake. Holly's pulse raced. She knew she was close to something significant, but what? She began exploring the hall, her flashlight illuminating forgotten corners. In a hidden alcove, she discovered a trapdoor, its edges scorched as if it had been subjected to intense heat. Pulling it open, she revealed a narrow staircase spiraling downward into darkness. "Only one way to find out," Holly muttered. The air grew colder with each step, and the faint sound of dripping water echoed around her. At the bottom, she found herself in a vast underground chamber. Rows of stone shelves lined the walls, each holding a small wooden box, their surfaces etched with runes that seemed to glow faintly in the dim light. In the center of the room stood an altar upon which rested an open book and a rusted bell. Holly approached the altar cautiously. The book's pages were filled with strange symbols that twisted unnaturally under her gaze, and names written in a spidery hand that seemed to crawl across the parchment. As she examined it, a chill ran down her spine. The names matched those of villagers who had mysteriously disappeared over the years. The watchman's voice was a whisper, yet it filled the chamber. Holly spun around to see him standing at the base of the stairs, his lantern casting long, flickering shadows. "What is this place?" "A prison. These boxes contain the souls of the damned, bound here by the fire that consumed them." Holly's mind raced. The fire, the disappearances, the spectral watchman, it all connected. Who started the fire? The watchman hesitated, his glowing eyes dimming. The villagers. In their greed, they sought to control powers they did not understand. The fire was their punishment. Holly felt a pang of sympathy. The watchman's gaze softened. At the bell. "Ring it, and the souls will be released, but be warned, once they are free." Holly hesitated. Could she risk unleashing the souls to free the watchman, or should she leave him to his eternal vigil? Before she could decide, the room began to tremble, and the boxes rattled violently. The trapped souls were awakening. "You must choose," the watchman urged. Summoning her courage, Holly grabbed the bell and rang it with all her strength. The metallic clang reverberated through the chamber, a sound both haunting and liberating, as if tearing through the fabric of the very air around her. A deafening sound filled the chamber, and the boxes burst open, releasing streams of light that swelled chaotically. The watchman's form began to dissolve, a look of gratitude on his face as he whispered, "Thank you." The souls erupted upwards, passing through the ceiling and into the night sky. Holly barely made it out of the chamber before it collapsed, sealing the horrors within. As she stood outside the ruins, the first rays of dawn breaking over the horizon, Holly felt a strange sense of peace. The watchman's vigil was over, and the secrets of Newtown had finally been laid to rest. But as she turned to leave, a faint tapping echoed behind her, a reminder that some spirits never truly fade. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like, and even better, like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have had or have a great day.